Among China's 8 main cuisines, it's Sichuan fare that's most popular, widely served and evocative of local culture.
为啥子啊？因为它是很多菜品，可以说91%的菜品源自民间，是家常菜，
适合于东西南那种。
但是他们吃的最有名堂，吃的最精彩。
Exotic flavors, conjured from ceaseless, spicy experimentations, constitute the very soul of Sichuan cuisine and its universal appeal.
说鱼香肉丝里面没有鱼，
没有鱼，但是吃出鱼的味道来。
我就说有鱼，
它是无中生有，就是味道调到哲学境界。
到最后到嘴巴里面就是一个字，哇，好吃。
This series presents Sichuan cuisine's 6 most representative and influential dishes. Seemingly ordinary, each one has an intriguing backstory. The tenets and techniques of the face-changing subgenre of Sichuan opera are privy to generations of its performers. Sichuan Cuisine's vast gastronomic repertoire harbors similarly arcane enigmas. Twice-cooked pork is a clear-cut name for a dish. But gourmets have long been in dispute over that of another classic, fish-flavored shredded pork, a name implying fish as an ingredient, but whose distinctive taste may be less definable. Whatever its taste and flavor are, and have always been a Sichuanese obsession.
因为《华阳国志》是一本老的历史典籍啊，其中有一篇叫《俗志》，它其中有一段话，我们把它这一段话归纳起来，就是把个叫俗人上心想好滋味，就2000多年前，它的味性、它的风格就定下调子了。
博采民间各味，注重清选纯浓，善用麻辣著称。就连特点我们都在胃上动脑筋。所以先说的一菜一格，百菜百味。我们说了，我们川菜真正能够在全国能够立足的话，能够影响那么大的话，我们全部是在胃上做文章，讲口味。
Seasoning, whereby different cooking methods create a variety of flavors from the same ingredients, is the essence of Sichuan cuisine. It presents challenges to a chef's skills. In the 1980s, Zhang Zhangsheng was head chef of a Chongqing restaurant in Beijing. One day, a special guest came there to dine.
80几年，我们一个酒楼里面卖肉的话，我们有10个不同样的肉丝：青椒肉丝、京酱肉丝、蒜苔肉丝、榨菜肉丝、干煸肉丝、甘蓝肉丝、鱼香肉丝等等。我所说那些，没得哪一个位置重复的，全部都不一样，是吧？曾经有一次，都是北京一个著名的饭店的一个总厨，很有名的一个饭店的，带了他的一徒弟，来了个他一看，都把我那个10个肉丝都点完了。那天我正在灶上炒菜，边炒我都边冒火，就啷个把10个肉丝都点了。开始我要炒10个不同样的肉丝出去，但是后头完了过后，他就请我出去。他说：“你们在报纸高头吹，说你们北京味的菜是如何的正宗，他说我们今儿不相信，我们来看一下。”我说：“怎么正宗？正宗，因为他那10个菜的肉丝，他放的调料和他的表现手法，全都是猪肉做的，味道是差异非常大。”
So far, Sichuan cuisine has created 24 flavors. The one distinctive for the fishy aroma is specific to Sichuan cuisine, but also features in historically traditional dishes.
进口它是酸甜寒辣4味一致，不能互相压抑。比如酸的压了甜的，都不行。咸、含咸辣、它4个味基本上要均衡，就不要侧重。你如果把糖放重了，进口的很甜，不是鱼香味了；如果醋放重了，进口酸又不是鱼香味。它说酸甜寒辣4味一致， 姜葱蒜香味突出，那是鱼香味。
This suggests that it's a fish flavor without fish. So how is the fish flavor created? Early written records of Sichuan cuisine contain no references to it. Not even the Chengdu General Guide, published in 1909, which lists 1,328 Sichuan dishes. This implies that the term did not appear until after 1909. Yet it is frequently mentioned in time-honored Sichuan folklore. This leads to the theory that the fish flavor was inadvertently created in the course of working people's daily life.
就是老百姓、民间的家里面做鱼，我们做鱼就要有很多调味料进去，料要泡辣椒啊，要豆瓣啊，要姜葱蒜啊这样的东西，甚至要给点糖、给点醋啊，就这样的调料把鱼吃完了，那么多汁子，调料渗到后面的，老百姓哪舍得丢呢？对，又用这个汤水，它的味道就很高。 这个肉丝切起，那么也用这个调料，哎，加进去和起，吃的有鱼的味道，啊，于是慢慢的，啊，大家就习惯了。
We may be able to discover the origins of the fish flavor from local daily life customs here in Weiyuan County of Nijiong in the south-central Sichuan Basin. Luo Jinhua, president of Weiyuan County Catering Chamber of Commerce, has been in the catering industry for around 20 years. He's about to make the so-called fake fish chili pepper dish. As the name implies, fish is absent from the dish, which is made entirely of chili peppers. Add finely chopped pickled vegetables, ginger, and chili peppers to fermented broad bean paste in red chili oil. Once crisp and fragrant, add water, a pinch of sugar, and boil. Then add the green chili peppers. Before serving, add chopped spring onions. Fish absent, the chili peppers nevertheless emit a fishy aroma and flavor, hence the name. This dish can be a seasoning for various fish-flavored dishes, a direct meal accompaniment, or a topping for noodles. It's cheap, easily obtainable ingredients make it very popular. As it imbues all the fish flavor elements, fake fish chili pepper is generally considered an origin of the fish flavor. As to fish flavor origins, many believe that fish is inextricable from the fish flavor creation. A chapter of celebrated gourmet Chua Fu's book, Sichuan Cuisine Miscellany, mentions the little-known pickled fish and chili pepper flavor, created in the Xinfan area, used in various fish-flavored dishes. It entailed steeping Arjin Tao chili peppers with crucian carp for flavor only, as it's inedible, in a jar, which keeps them fresh and creates a crisp texture, salty, slightly sour aroma, and sweet aftertaste. Gourmet Our Mao confirms this from research in the relevant literature.
鱼香一系列的味道，一定是泡鲫鱼的泡菜坛子里面泡出来泡辣椒，才是地道的。我在收藏这个旧的那些菜谱，真正的鱼香味，它确实是泡鲫鱼泡出来的泡辣椒才能有那个味道，就把鲫鱼的鲜赋予到泡椒上。这个古法已经是基本上就失传了。比如说在上个世纪的50、60年代， 60、70年代，好多都还有这种泡法。
Xiong Dong is vice editor-in-chief of Sichuan Provincial Chronicle's Sichuan Cuisine. A few years ago, his research and investigation led him to the pickled fish and chili pepper recipe.
一个大坛子里边，这么高一个坛子，放50斤辣椒，放3条鲫鱼，鲫鱼就放在辣椒上面，就盖着，这就鱼辣椒，整个鱼的味道全部渗透到辣椒里边去了。
Xianfan pickled vegetables are intangible cultural heritage of Chengdu. Gradual industrialization since the 1980s has made Xianfan an important source of Sichuan pickled vegetables, but it still uses traditional methods to produce pickled fish and chili pepper.
我们这个是沿袭了原来的那个做法，这个必须要用我们四川的2荆条辣椒，必须要用鲫鱼，主要是取它那种那个特殊的一个味道，就是经过泡制过后，经过发酵，鱼的这个味儿跟那个辣椒的一个充分的融合，加上我们的香料各个方面。
Chili peppers seem to be the vital element in both fake fish chili pepper and pickled fish and chili pepper. But pickling them involves way more than being steeped in brine.
Everyone moves at their own pace, even when times are changing. As long as we move forward, as long as we seek the high ground, what we strive for is progress and betterment for all.
Silver carp from Chongqing's Wujiang River is a famous delicacy of Jiangkou town. But for optimum flavor, it must be cooked with pickled vegetables, specifically chili peppers. Hu Shanhua, now in his 70s, runs a fish farm. He has spent almost 30 years on a quest to produce the finest possible pickled chili peppers.
86年开的这个江口旅馆子，你看那是2016年，30年了。我那个泡椒，那个把它泡好的话，还是20年过后才做，前20年都没做好。前20年它都出很多毛病。我们那个配方已经是经过几次的修改，可以说，直到这2015年，我那个泡椒那个过程才定稿。
The Wujiang River silver carp Hu Shanhua cooks with his homemade pickled vegetables is famous in Chongqing, Sichuan, and even Guizhou.
这个泡料的话是千家万户个个都有，千家万户要能够泡好，那就很少，那个很讲究的。第一个选那个泡菜坛。 那个泡菜坛要达到1300度烧的泡菜坛，它那个质量它才好。 好，第二个就是选料，选料我们的泡料主要就是以半高山或高山的土海椒，那个老品种海椒为主。
Every September, Hu Shanhua buys his chili peppers in Zhoushui Town in Guizhou's Wuchuan County, which borders Jiangkou Town. Sichuan and Chongqing people most commonly pickle the Argentine cone peppers and Tabasco peppers. But Hu Shanhua has discovered the superiority of an old type of chili pepper that grows in semi-alpine and mountainous areas. As yet unnamed, it's deep red with thick flesh, few seeds, moderate spiciness and sweetness, and a wonderful aroma. And in the jar, its skin stays intact. Unlike Argentine, which must be picked before autumn, this old type of chili peppers stays green until autumn. Others that redden beforehand cannot be used, as insufficient ripeness can ruin them and the jar's entire contents. Upon being placed in the jar, the chili pepper's fermentation process can take as long as 3 years. The work during this time is complex and diffuse.
我们自己创新、自己种出新的，我们这里头加了15种植物香料，经过2夏3秋才泡制的成熟。随着气温的高低，它长熟在30次以上，那2、3年，它气温高了，它就长起来了，它盐水往外冒；它气温低了，它又射下去了，盐水又赶不到。所以要随时要保证那个盐水把那个海椒淹过，那管理人员都是相当精细。什么时候成熟呢？2年过后，它的随着气温不管你好高好低，它不长不熟，它稳定了，它就泡来了。
After 3 years, this concerted effort produces Hu Shanhua's perfectly pickled peppers. But they must then be chopped and mixed with lard and 3 types of vegetable oil to make the chili oil used to cook the silver carp. The finished product is neither oily nor excessively spicy or acidic, so it can be both sipped as soup and enjoyed as a rice topping. Chili peppers apart, ginger, garlic, radish, and cabbage must also undergo complex and detailed processing, fermenting for at least 2 years. Jiangkou silver carp, for example, is a popular restaurant dish famous for being cooked with the very best quality pickled vegetables. The same applies to fish-flavored shredded pork.
鱼香肉丝，为啥子我们鱼香肉丝好吃啊？鱼香肉丝的关键就是泡泡脚。如果你泡泡脚不好，随便你好好的时候做不好的。哎，这我们为啥说那个泡脚，那个鱼香肉丝好吃，就是那个泡脚好吃。
Jiangcow silver carp is cooked with pickled chili peppers that have fermented for 3 years. The same applies to fish-flavored shredded pork, but it also includes some that have fermented for about 1.5 years. This makes the dish fresh and delectable. Wushanhua now has 1,000 jars of pickled vegetables. Every year, batches of vegetables are put in to ferment or are taken out after fermentation, not just for the restaurant's use, but also to ship to customers throughout the country. Nowadays, fish-flavored dishes have formed a huge culinary family. Almost any dish can be made the fish-flavored style. As with the creation of modern Sichuan cuisine, most food enthusiasts ascribe the birth of the fish flavor to the many people who moved to the Sichuan and Chongqing areas during the Chinese People's War of Resistance against Japanese aggression.
我老家都是江苏人，我父亲都是抗战的是重庆来的，川菜有今天的真面目，抗战是贡献最大。为什么我为这个要讲哈？因为以前四川都是比较，就说偏远的地方嘛，交通不太方便。但是抗战，陪都迁到重庆了。作为一个首都的建立，达官贵人是在纷纷的云集了重庆，而且最重要的是进入了很多餐厅，江浙菜的、扬州菜的，是吧？东北菜的那些沦陷区的那些的都进入了重庆了。很多菜品都是我们重庆的厨师。或者我们四川的厨师和外地的，就是抗战来的厨师，在互相在一起交流学习。如果没在8年抗战的话，我们川菜可能还没得今天那种地位。你比如狮子头，我们川菜狮头那都是讲扬州菜传过来的噻。这我们川菜来了又把它改了哈。
Wu Ping excels at cooking lion's head. It's an expected treat at family gatherings. Wu Ping was born in Chongqing during the War of Resistance against Japanese aggression. Both of her parents are from Jiangsu and returned there after the war was won. Later, her father went to Taiwan, and Wu Ping and her family returned to Chongqing when she was in her teens.
我就在万兴就读住读。然后最不习惯的就是吃菜，每一样菜里面都有花椒，而且它那个花椒是一颗一颗的，吃到里面嘴巴里面的话，就是整个一口菜全部就想吐掉，就最不习惯就是那个。
Like most newcomers to Sichuan and Chongqing, they all like the slightly sweet taste of fish-flavored shredded pork. The lion's head of Wu Ping's hometown also lent itself to the fish flavor. It later served as common culinary ground for the second and third generations born in Chongqing. In the 1980s, when communication between both sides of the Taiwan Strait began, Wu Ping got in touch with her long-lost relatives. Coincidentally, both families cooked lion's head.
我姨妈会做，我表姐会做，我妈会做，我会做，我弟弟会做，我爸爸也会做，那边那个妹妹也会，起码有7个人嘛，我们家。
Wu Ping is showing her daughter how to cook lion's head.
我跟你一样的有3块3米水泡水，外婆在我这里。
Social fusion is also a fusion of taste. Having lived in Chongqing for more than 70 years, the flavor of Sichuan cuisine has gradually permeated the Wu family's cooking. A single dish has witnessed the migration route and destiny of a new life, becoming both a hometown memory and reinforce of family ties.